'Tis I. Hey everyone, glad to see you back, glad to see you looking fresh, and today I wanted to talk about Street Fighter, but I also wanted to talk about Mega Man. So, what better choice is there than to talk about Mega Man cross Street Fighter? Yes, this is a real thing, a real game that came out in December of 2012. This game is well over a decade old at this point, and I wanted to talk about it because of the continued hype of Street Fighter 6, a game that unfortunately I have not had a chance to play yet, but I absolutely will, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But also because of the potential of there being more Mega Man coming. There's always a potential for more Mega Man, isn't there? Mega Man 11 did well. People seem to really like it. So the logical next step would be Mega Man 12, of course. Of course, we have all the collections coming out, continuous Mega Man support. There's Mega Man-esque games coming out even this year. So, to cross over these franchises seems like a match made in heaven for a lot of people. But, Capcom is the king of crossovers, I think. So, having the crossover potential is there. Mega Man, Street Fighter, icons of the industry. But what if I told you that this is an officially licensed fan game? Now this isn't something that happens very often. Very rarely in this industry do we see fan games get promoted, let alone by the company that they are taking inspiration from. That's exactly what happened to Xiao Zhonghui, who went to Capcom in 2012, showed them what they were working on, and Capcom said, you know what? We like what we're seeing here. We're going to fund it. We're going to promote it. We're going to ship it out. We're going to officially license this a Capcom product to celebrate the 25th anniversary of both Street Fighter and Mega Man. So, that's the backstory. Let's get into the game a little bit. This is pretty much what you'd expect from a typical Mega Man game. You have 8 bosses to choose from immediately on the home screen, and you can pick any in any order, and you get different power-ups based on who you beat. All of the bosses are Street Fighter characters. So, of course, we have the icons Ryu from the original Street Fighter, Chun-li, Dalsim, and Blanca from Street Fighter 2, but then we also have some more oddball picks, which I enjoy. It'd be easy enough to pick only the clear icons and the ones that are fan favorites to include in a crossover like this, but I think it's much more interesting to pick some more offbeat characters that fans of the other games may enjoy. Such like Rose and Rolento from Street Fighter Alpha, Urien from Street Fighter 3, and Sea Viper from Street Fighter 4. A good swath of characters from each of the then games that are out. Because, of course, Street Fighter 5 wasn't out yet, no characters from that, and obviously then Street Fighter 6 wouldn't exist. So, we have plenty of characters to choose from, even from those games alone. Lest we forget how many versions of Street Fighter 2 there are. So, there's plenty to choose from. All these characters have their own stage, and of course their own boss fight and boss music. Each are crafted with the same love and detail of the original Mega Man games, and the difficulty is definitely there. I, for one, suck at Mega Man. This footage I have borrowed from the Long Plays YouTube channel. I will link the video of the footage source in the description below, so definitely go give that a look if you want to see this game in full. However, even that doesn't have some of the secrets that I will hint at later on. But a lot of this game is extremely hard. And I do enjoy a hard game. I enjoy a good platformer, and I enjoy a good action game. But for some reason, my brain has a tough time with some of these classic action side-scrollers. Mega Man, the old Castlevanias, Contras, Ghosts and Goblins. Not really my thing. I find them very, very difficult. Harder than most other genres out there. So while, yes, I have beaten a couple of these bosses, I've definitely not made it to the final boss. Well, of course, there is a final boss, right? There's not just 8 bosses and you're done. Typical Mega Man fashion, once you're done the 8 bosses, there's a boss rush, and the final boss, who is a character you probably know, you probably love or to hate. But he's not the only extra boss in this. If you manage to perfect 4 of these stages, you can fight an extra boss, a new challenger, if you will. Now, this new challenger is possibly my favorite Street Fighter character. I won't say who it is. There may be a hint behind me, but I won't say who it is. But that's kind of it, right? When talking about a simplistic NES-style game, there typically isn't mounds and mounds of explaining and deep-cut information in the game to discuss. That doesn't mean to say that the game is bad. Far from it. I think this is the closest we have gotten to a original Mega Man game, obviously except for Mega Man 11, which kept some of that gameplay with a new art style, and Mega Man 9, which went back to the original art style. I do think that when it comes to the original Mega Man, keeping the NES art style probably is a pretty good idea. At least for me. I know some people would disagree. Some people really like the art style of 7, the SNES. I think that looks pretty good too. There's also Mega Man X, and I think that art style is superior. I also think the X series is superior. But again, that's just personal preference. When it comes to original Mega Man, I think retaining the original NES art style might just be the best thing for the franchise. And with this game, I would love to see a sequel. I would love to see a Mega Man cross Street Fighter 2. Especially now that Street Fighter 6 has become such a big deal. So many people are loving the game. So many people are playing it. And like I said, I cannot wait to play it myself. And it's just based on the character roster in the original Mega Man cross Street Fighter, there are plenty more options to choose from. I, for one, think it's interesting that Ken didn't get a spot on the original roster. For me, when it comes to Street Fighter, you cannot have representation without Ken. I think he is too iconic to not include. There's also characters like Guile, excellent choice, Cammy, E Honda maybe. Plenty of choices, especially from Street Fighter 2. That entire roster is pretty iconic at this point, so you can pluck anyone from that. You could take any of the lesser knowns from Street Fighter 3. Have that. Heck, you can even choose some new blood in Street Fighter 6. It's all up to you. I say you, like I'm talking to the creator directly. That would be great if they saw this video and they were working on a sequel. I know it took them the 3 years about to make this one, and then a little bit extra time afterwards for updates and stuff. But I think we would all enjoy a sequel. You know, put it out on the eShop, even if it's free. That's the best part about this game is it's free. You can go download this right now. That's what I did. You can play it on your PC, and it has controller support, and it works like a charm. And by all means, go play this game, go enjoy this game, go support this game. Maybe we'll get a sequel one day. You know, Capcom's been knocking it out of the park for the last half decade or so. And, you know, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, you know, Mega Man 11, Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry 5, I can keep going. They've all been wins, and I want them to get more wins. I love Capcom, and this game is great. It shows where Capcom came from, and where it can go in a way that not many crossovers can. Not many crossovers can work in this level of pure fan service, but stand on their own game. So that'll do it for Mega Man Cross Street Fighter. Have you played this game? If so, what do you think about it? If not, please go and give it a try, like I said. And that'll about do it for me. Thank you so very much for watching. And as always, like this if you like this, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you at some point.